Hello, welcome to Old Nerd Reads Breed by Jim Starlin. This is the first 6-issue miniseries from Bravura, an imprint of Malibu Comics. This came out in 1994. This is kind of, I guess, Bravura is kind of along the same lines as Image Comics at that time. Bravura was a place where several top talents left Marvel and DC to go do their own thing, their own creator-owned comics. Bravura was Jim Starlin, Dan Jurgens, Walt Simonson, Howard Chaykin. They all did their own creator-owned books there, and this was Jim Starlin's. This was one of the very first comics that Malibu printed. This is back in 1994. This was the alternate cover. Yeah, and back then there was like one alternate cover to the main cover. Well, I mean, unless you count like the X-Men title, Chris Claremont and Jim Lee's new X-Men title, which had what, 3-4 covers, something like that. And I think Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man had what, like a platinum cover, a gold cover, a regular cover. So, but like basically though, back then there was one alternate cover, and it was like a foil or something like this. This is, I don't think that's considered foil. It's just called gold, I think, in the like comics, mycomicshop.com listing, stuff like that. I think it's just considered gold, but it's shiny. It's like metallic. But that's the only difference between the main cover and the alternate cover. This is the first time I've ever read this. I'm kind of a new Jim Starlin fan. I read a few of his books over the years. I own all of the Marvel Epic Dreadstar comics. What else do I have? I have some of his Batman stuff. Like, didn't he do a Death in the Family? I think he did. 10 Nights of the Beast. I think he did that series. I don't know. He did a bunch of Batman that was pretty highly regarded back in the late 80s. But this was his first creator-owned stuff, I believe, after walking away from Marvel and DC. And it feels like it was definitely written to be a film or a television show. It just kind of feels that way. It's very cinematic. Excellent quality in these comics. I think this is a really great, this is actually the opening, this is kind of the splash page here, and it's all text. It's a conversation between one of the main characters and an army sergeant. The army's sent into this town, and this is right after World War II. So all these GIs are basically veterans of World War II. But they go into this town and it's abandoned and all the people are gone, and there's obviously been some murder and mayhem. They end up going up to a house on the hill, and inside they discover a young girl and a bunch of carnage. And that's where our story gets going. The young girl is pregnant, but she's in like a coma. She's unresponsive. She has the baby. And the army captain who was in charge of exploring that town and found the girl, he adopts the boy and raises him. And here we get our glimpse of an alternate universe. And there is a being there who is watching this young baby as it sleeps in a scrying pool in the middle of this alien city. Very Jim Starlin splash page. This book very much gives the vibe of his other cosmic work, but it's a blend of real life and fantasy, outer space fantasy, not like starships and stuff like that. Just half of the series takes place on an alien world. But the boy, he's a photographer, I believe, in the army during the Vietnam War, and it awakens in him this creature. He's what is known as breed. He is his mother was R-worded by a demon, and he is the half human, half demon byproduct of that unholy union. And when he goes to Vietnam to photograph the war, he's ambushed and almost dies, but his terror at almost being killed unleashes this other side of him that he didn't know was there. And that's what this series is about him discovering that he is actually a half-breed demon monster. This cover for issue 4 looks like doesn't look like Sasquatch from Alpha Flight. I think they colored him wrong or something, because you can see he's got the horns up here, like he has these funky eyebrow horns. So you can see that they're here, but they colored everything the same color, and that's not the right design. So it's like they messed up the coloring or something. But it's a fun series. If it wasn't optioned for a television show or a movie, I'd be surprised. I don't know if it was or not, but I'd be surprised if it wasn't. I'm recently interested in Jim Starlin because he's been putting out new Dreadstar material on Kickstarter. He's crowdfunding these things. I got his first book. It was called Dreadstar versus the Inevitable. And I picked that up like a year ago or so. And right now, the sequel to that, Dreadstar versus Dreadstar, is about to come out. And what that implies is it's the original Dreadstar versus the original Dreadstar's daughter, who took up the mantle of Dreadstar. I think if we look in the back of some of these issues, we'll see what they're putting out. Oh, see right here, Peter David, who recently passed away, R.I.P., one of my favorite comic book writers ever. But Peter David wrote a Dreadstar comic for Malibu. It's like Jim Starlin's universe, his characters, but Peter David is writing it, and Ernie Colon, I'm not sure how you say that, pronounce that, but that's the artist. So this is 20 years after the old Dreadstar Marvel Epic Dreadstar series wraps up, and Dreadstar's daughter Kala is now Dreadstar. So I'm not sure how many issues Malibu put out of that version of Dreadstar, but that's what that story was, I guess. I've never read it, and I read the original Epic Dreadstars long ago, and I really don't remember much about them at all. But I plan on reading the whole thing. One of the perks of the current Jim Starlin Dreadstar versus Dreadstar Kickstarter campaign is you can get a breed omnibus trade paperback or something. I think when it was all said and done, there were 3 of these 6-issue limited series put out by Malibu of Breed 2, Breed 3. And so I ordered that trade paperback as well when I pledged for the Dreadstar versus Dreadstar graphic novel. So I'm just kind of getting into Jim Starlin now. Never paid a lot of attention to him over the years, other than, he did a few notable things that I'd read, and I knew he created Thanos and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, this is a pretty fun story. I don't love it, but it's not bad. Jim Starlin's artwork, I can never tell if I think it's great or if I think it's kind of amateurish. I don't think amateurish is the right word, but I have a hard time saying that it's great too, because I don't know, sometimes he just gets some of his proportions off, which isn't a big deal, but overall it's really good. I think his artwork quite good. I think this issue he inks himself. Let's see, created, written, and illustrated by Jim Starlin, but there are like art assists by Jean Dupuis and Katie Jellinghouse. I don't know what art assists means. Maybe they inked, but I think it looks really good. But just some of his poses aren't that good. They're kind of stiff, I guess. But overall, I do like his artwork. Just kind of lacks a little pizzazz, maybe, in my book. I'm not sure. Let me know what you think. Comment down below with your thoughts on Jim Starlin's artwork. Is it great? Is it mediocre? Is it garbage? I would say it's somewhere between mediocre and great. He's obviously an excellent storyteller, but please comment down below with what you think, and share the video with another old nerd that likes older comics and you think would like the video. And otherwise, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.